Hey there, CJ Math students. So today I'm going to help you out with homework 1.6, AIMSweb number 2. I'm only going to do a couple of the problems because you have the video from 1.4 that does all the problems. This AIMSweb is very similar. It just has different numbers. So I want you to write this down. Reference. Oops, just misspelled that. 1.4 for questions. Right, let's start off with a problem like number 4. It says lowest fraction. What number do these have in common? The biggest number they have in common is 3. So this reduces down to 1/8. Another problem that I want to do is a problem like number 5. Multiply, lay your egg, 1, add it up. Should give you 154. Remember, problems like 6, all you do is plug in. So this 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. Let's do a problem like number 10. Again, lowest fractions. So this time I'm going to divide by 2 because that's the biggest number they have in common. Becomes 1/13. Problem number 12. The biggest number they have in common again is 2. Becomes 3/20. Let's go ahead and look at a problem like 14. This is in the hundredths place. So you put 13/100. Remember, problems like 13, 17, 19, 15, they all have common denominators, or same denominators, so you just keep the denominator, and in our case here, add the numerators. So this becomes 12 caret 32/53. In problem like 19, you keep the denominator and subtract the numerators. So it becomes 11/57. Problem number 20, to figure out if this is what decimal this is as a fraction. 10 doesn't go into 3, but it does go into 30, and it goes in there 3 times, so you get 0.3. Backside. Problem like number 22. To multiply 32 times 2 and 26 times 2. Doing that gets us common denominators. So this gives us 52/64 plus 1/64, which gives us our answer of 53/64. Problems like 23 and 25, make sure you line up your decimals. 0.1, you can add in a 0, subtracting on that one. 0.2, you can add in a 0, you're adding on that one. Problem number 26, you have 3 negatives here, followed by 8 negatives here. None of them cancel out because they're all the same sign, so you just add them up, and it's negative 11. 11 negatives there. 27, remember to just line up your decimals, add a 0, then add. 28, to convert to a decimal, 4 goes into 2, doesn't, so put your decimal, 4 goes into 20, 5 times, so 0.5 is your answer. For number 29, 9 negatives and 8 positives. Put them right underneath the negatives so you can figure out which ones cancel out. And all of these cancel out. I'm left with 1 negative sign, which means my answer is -1. Number 30, remember we change this to a decimal and then we multiply. So 50 times 0.20. 0, 0, lay an egg, 0, 10, add them up, and my answer is not 1,000 because I had 2 decimal places here, so I'm going to swoop twice in the end, so once, twice, 10.00. Number 32, make sure you line them up, and then add a 0 and subtract. Problem like 34, I have 5 positives and 4 negatives. They all cancel out. I'm left with 1 positive, so my answer is +1. For 35, make sure you do KCC, keep change first. I have 9 negatives and 8 positives, and this should be very familiar because we did a problem like this just about 2 seconds ago. I'm left with 1 negative because all these cancel out. My answer is -1. Number 36, KCC, becomes 1 plus +1, and that's just 2. 37, you have 2 decimals and 1 decimal. So remember, you're going to have to swoop 3 times in the end. So 8, 4, 0, lay your egg, 4, 2, 0, add them up. 8, 8, 2, 0, swoop 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So 0.288 is your answer. Number 38, remember to swoop your decimals and then ask yourself, all right, 31 goes into 40.3. How many times? Well, 31 goes into 41 times. You can get 9 left over, 93. 31 goes into 93 3 times. And get 0, 1.3 is your answer. 39, remember to flip the second fraction and then multiply straight across. And your answer is 4, because that's what 1 times 4 is, over 5. 5 times 1 is 5. And number 40, just multiply straight across, and you should get 6 over 121. Again, any other questions, please make sure that you consult video for the homework 1.4. Go ahead and draw a smiley face here at the bottom of your paper to make sure I know that you watched this video. Make sure you're showing all work like I did. Thanks. Have a good weekend.